Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Well, we got the welds all done. Camera just dropped off here a couple minutes ago, but got the welds all done, the front end ground off. Ready to start clamping up those pieces. I gotta change batteries though, because this one's starting to go weak on me. When they're cold, they don't work as well. There we go. Now I'll cut out this 1/2 inch section here, 2 inches past the door on either side. That'll let this thin edge stick 1/4 inch past this. Yep, that'll give that a good place to seal up against. Okay, now I can drill some holes here, get some bolts in it, and work my way forward. Now I could take this off, cut that out, and do all that other stuff first, but I want to get some holes in here. I think I'm going to have a problem here. Nope. Went right on through. Time for a recharge on the battery. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now I can take the clamp off. That would be out of the way. Pull the same move over here. Oh, I've got 4 bolts on here. That's pulled this faceplate up. I've got a little buckle here, but I think these 4 bolts in here are going to pull that up against this angle, and I'll have a flat front and a square edge on this thing. This piece of angle will be going on the bottom. And we can see by the way this angle iron is moving around that I've got a fairly large buckle in this bottom, which is why I have to draw this whole thing out so that the door was going to seal. I really want to make this box square. I oiled these clamps and it's gotten so cold that the oil is starting to congeal. It's turning into kind of a grease, a little sticky. Now I can see that this angle iron is sitting on top of a weld bead along the bottom. So I'm going to have to remove all this, grind that down, and get it so that this angle iron goes up flush against the box. I'm close. But I got a gap there because there's a weld bead next to that piece of trim. Okay, so when I come out here tomorrow, I'm gonna grind that down and get this thing squared away so I can pull that up where I want it. Yeah, it's just I gotta remove that weld bead. Or maybe knock the corner off the angle iron. That might be better. Leave the weld bead there to hold that plate on solidly. And knock the corner off that angle iron. Getting there. Leaps and bounds. Cut one for this side. And this side, I'm going to have to mark and notch to go around these. I'll get this bolted in. And then I'm going to weld some braces onto those. Because I don't want to cut a big notch out of this. I might want to do that. I want to just slice that down so I can put a brace underneath. Thinking of taking a piece of this angle iron and just putting it right underneath there. That'll give it a good solid anchor for the door to hang on. This way will be best. Get that on there. Weld this up solidly to that and to the side of the furnace. And then cut this piece that goes in here. I have a whole nother 8 feet over there against the wall. Cut another piece of this to go in here so I can have this bolted to the furnace. And this welded to the furnace to support the door. I'm kind of on the fence about whether I want to weld these angle irons to the front of the box. This box is pretty thin stuff. We just have to see. I'm going to put a clamp on this up here just to make sure it's going to do what I want it to. Yeah, if I can draw it up with a clamp, those bolts will pull it up nice and tight. It'll be straight and square across the top, straight square across the bottom. Should be good. Go along here, bandsaw that out, check the fit, make sure I'm going to seal up against the door gasket, and go from there. Okay, 2 clamps draw that up pretty well. 4 clamps draw that up pretty nicely in there. I'm going to grind away the back edge of that angle iron. Along this surface to allow for that weld on the bottom of the door. And then be able to clamp it up here. Take this piece, cut it off, get it on there. So it goes up against this, against the wall. When I get it all bolted up, I'm gonna wait, and when I've got the door on and I've got this thing all bolted up straight and square where I want it, I'll weld these pieces in here, because I'm going to just bolt them to the side of the firebox. I'll do the welding after I get everything bolted up, locked in where I want it. Okay, now I've talked it over with you guys. If you got any better suggestions, I'm willing to listen. If you have any suggestions for this project or any of the other projects I'm working on, please leave a note. I'm always happy to get suggestions so that I can move forward with a little more confidence. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.